The moment I heard the lock click, I knew something was terribly wrong. Not because I was in a garage, not because it was dark, but because the person who locked me inside was my own son. And deep down in that exact moment, I felt something I had never felt before in my life: fear of my own child. My name is Margaret. I'm 72 years old. Spent my whole life raising my son Daniel, protecting him, loving him, trusting him. A mother believes her child could never hurt her. But what happened that day changed everything. And even now, I still ask myself one question: why did he lock me in there? Everything started normally. Daniel had moved back in with me about a year ago. He said he needed a fresh start. I didn't hesitate. I welcomed him with open arms. At first, it felt like old times again. We'd have dinner together, talk about small things, laugh sometimes. But slowly, things began to change. He became quiet, distant. Sometimes I would catch him staring into nothing, like something was bothering him deeply. He started getting late-night phone calls. Whenever I asked, he'd brush it off. Just work, Mom, but I knew my son. And this wasn't just work. That afternoon felt different. Daniel walked into the kitchen while I was making tea. He looked nervous. Not tired, not stressed, nervous. "Mom," he said, forcing a smile, "can you sit in the garage for a bit? I need to fix something inside the house." I frowned slightly. "In the garage? Why?" He avoided my eyes. "It'll just take a few minutes. Please." Something felt off, but I ignored it because he was my son. So I nodded, grabbed my sweater, and walked into the garage. And then, click. At first, I thought it was a mistake, "Daniel." I called out softly. No response. I walked to the door and tried the handle. Locked. I knocked gently. "Daniel, the door's locked." Nothing. Now, a little louder. "Daniel." Still silence. That's when my heart started beating faster. The garage suddenly felt colder, heavier, like the air itself had changed. Minutes passed, or maybe longer. Time didn't feel real anymore. I started knocking harder. "Daniel, open the door." Then I heard something. Footsteps. But they weren't coming toward me. They were going away. My stomach dropped. "Daniel." No answer. That's when the fear truly hit me. Why would he lock me in here and leave? I tried to stay calm. There had to be a reason. There had to be. But then I saw something that made my blood run cold. The car. It was inside the garage and the keys were still in it. Slowly, I walked closer, my hands shaking. I turned the key slightly. The dashboard lit up. Fuel almost full. And suddenly, a horrifying thought came into my mind. What if this wasn't an accident? What if he wanted the garage to fill with fumes? I stepped back immediately. My breathing became heavy. "Daniel," I whispered, "what are you doing?" I knew I couldn't wait anymore. If something was wrong, I had to act. I searched the garage desperately. Boxes, tools, old junk. Then I found it, a metal rod. I grabbed it with both hands and started hitting the door, again and again. "Help! Please help me." I screamed as loud as I could. I didn't care who heard me. I just wanted out. I just wanted to live. Then suddenly, a voice. Margaret. It was my neighbor. Relief rushed through my body. "Help me," I shouted. Within seconds, the door opened. Fresh air filled my lungs. I stumbled outside, shaking. "What happened?" he asked. I looked back at the garage, then at the empty driveway. Daniel was gone. The police were called. They searched everywhere. But Daniel had disappeared. No calls, no messages, nothing. To this day, still don't know what he was planning. Maybe he just wanted to scare me. Or maybe it was something much worse. That day taught me something I never thought I'd learn. Sometimes, love can blind you. We trust the people closest to us without question. But if something feels wrong, don't ignore it. Listen to your instincts, because they might save your life. This story gave you chills. You want to hear more real, emotional, and shocking stories like this? Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And remember, not every danger comes from strangers. Sometimes it's much closer than you think.